everybody. It is Monday the 5th of March. Yes, it's March already, 2018. Time is flying, isn't it, Eva? Yeah, time's flying. We don't know where the year's gone. The snow has melted. We had rain last night. A couple of days ago we had a lot of snow. I think Yorkshire coped quite well with it. Got cleared. I went to Wakefield last week and sort of just after in between blizzards, and it was clear. All the pedestrian area was cleared. Council did a really good job. Went to Bedford on Saturday and it was ridiculous because nothing had been cleared and they were like, oh my god, it's snow. If you can see the grass, it's not proper snow. Just remember that place, okay? That's what I keep telling my family. If you can see the grass, it's not, go to school. The school shouldn't be shut. Our schools were shut. We were very disappointed because they were shut on World Book Day. My little girl really, really, really wanted to go to World Book Day because she had to do a book report on a t-shirt, and she'd been doing, and she'd spent a week doing it. She was doing it bit by bit because it's really hard to write on a t-shirt with a Sharpie pen. And her book report was on the Chronicles of Narnia, and the first book she did was The Magician's Nephew, and she really enjoyed doing it. And we cut lots of little people out, and we wrote on them who they were, and the flying horse, which was a cab horse, and it was called Strawberry and then Fledge. And anyway, that's where Aslan created Narnia, and it's the one before The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe, but it turns out it's actually a prequel. So they wrote The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe first, but then C.S. Lewis went back and wrote The Magician's Nephew. Anyway, so she did this really good book report on a big t-shirt. Supposed to wear it to school on Thursday. School was shut on Thursday because of the snow. And apparently it's the first time the school's ever shut because of the weather. And I was told, reliably that they don't shut. But I think it was actually the Education Authority that said you need to shut it because of health and safety. So she had 2 days off, Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday we went down to Bedford to see our family. Our family. Not that they'll ever say this because none of them know I do it. And so that was a nice visit. We had a lovely weekend. Went with 3 bags, came back with 4 bags. My suitcase was so heavy because it was full of books for my little girl, and a horse show, which my brother had got. My brother had found this horse show and he'd covered it in glitter and gave it to her and told her it was a unicorn show. Do you know, that's really heavy. If you're going to put that in a suitcase, a horse show with a load of books, it's really heavy. So when my husband picked me up at the railway station with my little girl, and he went to pick up the suitcase and put it in the back of the car, he was just like, oh my god, why is your bag so heavy? And I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be the unicorn shoe. And he just looked at me and was like, I was like, oh, I'll tell you later. So, but she's absolutely thrilled with it. She's like, oh my god, I've got a unicorn shoe. She's 6. Unicorns are brilliant. She thinks they're extinct. They were real, but now they're extinct because people were fighting, hunting them. So anyway, so it's like I said, it's the 5th of March. We now have, my cat's just come in. Let all the cold in. Thank you, Echo. We now have 7 days before our deadline for our planning application. So I did a film a while ago about our green belt. I don't think anybody's watched, but hey, doesn't matter. And it's all about this. Haighwood, which is where I live. And that's our reservoir that we walk around, and this is what they want to build 299 houses on. Now we've just found out that on top of the 299 houses, there's another builder lurking in the background, and he wants to wait to see if they get planning permission for these 299, this red blob here, all of these, right? If they're granted permission, he is then going to put permission in separately for these fields here, which aren't on the current planning, right? So that's going to take us up to 450 houses, which is going to be another 1,000 cars. It's going to be, what, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 people. We already think there's going to be another 1,000 people moving into the area. It takes 7 weeks to get a doctor's appointment as it is. So anyway, we've asked that the objections can come to us by the 11th of March. Okay, and that's with a drop-off point. So we've got drop-off points all around the village. We've got all the pubs are involved, the chippy and the 2 churches. And then there's me and another lady who are taking them at our school. I don't think there's anybody taking them at the other school further up the road, which is, you know, because we don't really know people that end of the village. Because it's quite a big village, but it's spread, if you know what I mean. It's quite spread out. If you're doing it directly to the council or online, then the actual official closing date for objections is the 16th of March. So, but we're asking people to get them to the drop-off points for 11th of March, because then it gives us time to make a list of the objections that have been dropped off to us, and then package them up and then actually take them to Leeds City Council, which is my job. And I'm like, hey, I've got a bus pass, it's fine. And obviously I'm off at the moment, I'm not working at the minute, so it gives me something to do. That's Echo. There, look. That's my Echo boy. Echo. There he is, he's a handsome boy, isn't he? Got big whiskers. Because what we have done, and I'm glad we really did it, but we've been making a list of all the objections we've been taking in. Last week I took 500 objections in 2 batches, and some of them, well, we know for definite one of them hasn't been scanned, and we've been through all our piles to make sure it's not been left behind. I've checked my house, other people have checked their houses. You know, we know it was there, it was on the list, and I am adamant that I took it to the council, and the council haven't scanned it, so it's not on the planning portal. Naughty Leeds City Council, losing our objections. The other thing they've been doing is they have been counting 2 objections as 1 objection. So if you're ever in a situation where you need to fight something like this, okay, number 1, don't do a petition. Okay. If you've got 1,000 names, it counts as 1 objection. If you've got 5 names, it counts as 1 objection. Okay, you get people to write letters, and what we did, we actually we did a template letter that people had to put their address on it, their name on it, and sign it, okay, and date it, and then they could put comments on it as well. Now, you sign those, you get 1,000 people doing one of those. That's 1,000 objections. Okay, straight away, 1,000 objections. Don't get them signing a petition. A petition is a waste of time. It counts as 1 objection, and that's the law. So all these people that are constantly filling in objections, apart from the online ones, don't bother, honestly. And the only ones that count online as individuals are the ones, I believe, that go to Parliament to look at. Not local things that you're having a gripe about. Don't even waste your time. Get standard letters with a comments section so people can put their own comments down. Get those sent off, get them signed. Right. On those letters, if you have 1 person sign it, it's 1 objection. If you have 2 people sign it, it's 2 objections. Leeds City Council have been ignoring that, even though on the top of the letters, let me see if I can show you one. And if I cover the name up here, right? I'll cover the name up so you can't see who it belongs to, right? This one's been filled in, okay? So, if where it's signed, 1 person signs it, or 2 people sign it, okay? And these ones are signed on the back, I think. But what I've been doing, I've been writing on the top 2 objections. They've been scanning them onto their porthole, and it still says 2 objections, and they're counting it as 1 objection, okay? I work in mental health, and we've been told that we have to do maths and English. Now, surely people that actually have to count need to do their maths and English in the council as well. Why is it just care workers? Why should care assistants be doing it when people that are actually counting objections who can't get to 2, you know, maybe they should go and do their maths and English as well. So this is us, okay? See that? Yeah. And where's our scat? Oh God, where is it? There you go. Look, there's the planning number. You do want to object, you write to Leeds City Council in the next couple of days, and it's 17-08262. Okay, and it's the land off of Haighwood and Westerton Road. Here, look, see. This is where they want to build. We don't want them to build there. We have animals there. It is boggy. It is marshy. It will flood. There is too many cars. There's not enough room in the schools, and it takes 7 weeks to get a doctor's appointment. Okay. So here ends today's rant. So wish us luck with our fight, because do you know what? People keep saying you won't win, the council will always win, the builders always win, But if you don't have a go, then you can't complain. And we're having a go. And we really are having a go. And we're not taking it. We're not taking no shit from anybody. Okay? And we will fight until we have no fight left. Okay? So we currently have about 1,200 objections, which is pretty good going for our small community. And we also have had we did a protest march up the road, which I missed because my little girl was at Sunday school getting a Sunday school award. Very proud of her though. And we did a community litter pick, where we actually filled an entire skip full of rubbish at the reservoir. And while we were there, we got another 150 objections. So, yay us! Okay, so don't just sit back, be apathetic, and say, "Oh, what can I do?" Because if you don't try, you're not going to get anywhere, and then you've got no reason to moan about your luck in life, as it were, your lot in life. Get my words muddled up there. Right, I'm going to go now because I don't want to bore you any further. Tatty bye. See you all soon. Mwah.